So now I have a few small activities for you. If you're ready, so we can work on this. So this is the first one. You can take out pen, paper, and start with this activity. Here, what you have to do is you have to create different levels of interactions. Question is you have to buy a new iPhone. So you have to buy a new iPhone, and there are two different ways you can buy. One is going to a store and then buying an iPhone, okay, and the other is like going online and then buying a phone. In this case, what would be the different levels of interaction when buying offline and online? When listing down the different levels of interaction, also list down what are the differences in interaction. Do this exercise. Take 5 minutes and work on this exercise. Is it okay?
Yes, sir, we can.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please. This will help me explain you in a better way how, as a designer, we can learn from the real world and take that experience to the digital world. Take 5 minutes and complete this.
Sir, we do have to write a steps, right? Like when we perform this step, then what is the interaction it gave it? That's what we have to write. Okay, like I clicked a button, it took me to the next page.
Yes, everything from the interaction point of view. I'll give you some small example. Like if I have to buy this iPhone from a store, what will happen? I'll walk in inside the store. So as I walk in, the first interaction will be what? Someone welcoming me, right? Greeting me. So that would be the first interaction. The second would be like as soon as I walk in, some sales executive or someone will approach me saying like, "Hi sir, like how can I help you?" Right? That's second. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Similarly, see like what are the other level of interaction and write it how this interaction changes when same product is bought offline and online.
Done.
Great.
Done, sir.
So if you can just read out the steps, anyone for the offline first?
Sure. For the offline, I will probably first watch an ad on television about iPhone and I will get curious about it. Then, if it's a product, most probably YouTubers or other people would get it before the launch. So, I'll watch some of the review or videos about it and then ask other peoples about the experience buying earlier version of that product. Will buy through the known person store or where I can get good deal and buy it using cash or card.
Fine. Okay.
Sir, may I add?
Yeah, please.
So, sir, like when I will go to store, there will be probably a salesman or a person there who will just walk me through everything and make me like aware about all the features of the phone and probably a comparison between different phones. That will be one more.
Perfect. I think this is good. Yeah.
Sir, I had one question. Like whatever Vishnu said,
Yeah.
will that be steps of interaction?
Whatever Vishnu said, that is basically a user journey. So as a UX designer, I should have a good understanding of what is the journey that the user goes through before buying a product. But when buying the product, at that particular moment, what is the interaction? So what will happen next? So he'll go
Sir,
to a store.
I have noted down something.
Yeah.
I started with seeing an ad and getting curious about that phone.
Hmm.
Then I'll check all the specifications and new whatever they have provided in the updated version.
Hmm.
I'll make up my mind about certain color and specifications.
Hmm.
I'll go to a store.
Hmm.
I'll meet the salesperson.
Hmm.
I'll describe my requirements
Hmm.
and I'll get the phone.
Hmm.
And then the salesman might even ask about if I need something else like AirPods or Apple Watch.
Hmm.
And if I need it, I'll say or I'll decline the offer.
Hmm.
I'll make the payment.
Yeah.
I'll get the package and I'll get back.
Fine. I think this is good. What you have explained.
Can I, sir?
Ishika.
Yes, sir. So first, basically, if my mind is already made that yes, I need a new iPhone, so I have already visualized the iPhone in my mind. It is there, and I look for the nearby store. Also, the store which is always up to the mark based on the location or the district which I'm living in. I'll go to the store, I'll approach the person. I have set a proper budget. So I'll tell the salesperson that yes, this is my budget. Within this, what is the best buy which you can show me? Also, something which is very trendy, the most latest version of the iPhone. And the salesperson will be explaining me for the best buy, where he will be explaining me the features that yeah, these are there based on the present scenario, and also which is preferably going with my budget. I'll go for the best buy. Yes, then I'll check out. I'll do the payment and then.
Perfect. So see, everybody talked about few things. So few things are part of the journey, and basically most of the things, every designer, whether it's like just taking care of the UX or like the just the specific interaction, so every designer need to know about the whole process, like the user journey. Interaction designer works on what? On that particular moment. I mean to say, like on a particular experience, on a particular interaction. So here the interaction could be for the buying iPhone, right? So now the user has already decided that he wants to buy the iPhone, and from there the journey starts. So now what he does, he visits a store. He walks in, he's greeted by some salesperson. So that will be your first point of interaction, right? The second is what? You will tell him like, okay, so this is my budget, this is what I want. And then he will show you like 5 different options. Okay. And here, the experience that you'll get will depend upon the interaction, right? If he's able to explain you properly, if he's able to help you, and if he's there listening to you, understanding what you want, and then if he's able to show you what you need, fine. So that will end up like giving a good experience. So here interaction is happening, and at the end you're getting some kind of experience. Now when you've decided that yes, you want to buy this, you've decided that yes, this red color phone I want to buy, you now move on to the next step, that is basically the making the payment. But at that time, if he comes and tells you like, okay, ma'am or sir, like we have some other good offer, like you're buying along with this, I can give you 50% off. So now if he does this once and then says like, okay, so see if you want to buy, then it's all good. Then again, like the good experience, interaction is good, everything is going good. But if it tries to force you to also buy the second product, then in that case, though the interaction is happening, but the interaction will end up giving you a bad experience. So that's another level of interaction. After that, once you have decided that you want to buy, what you do, you move to the counter, and then there is this cashier, you make the payment. So that's the next level of interaction. You make the payment. If everything is good experience. If the payment gets declined, there's a bad experience. And if the payment is declined, there should be someone taking care of whatever happened. Like in case the money got deducted from your account, but it didn't reach there. So there should be someone handling this, right? Whatever happening at different touch points in a journey, and that too like a small micro journey. Okay, we're not talking about like what he did before coming to the store, but on a particular journey, there's a task that a user is there for, right? Buying a phone. He's there. He's already decided, done his homework. So whatever is happening, that is interaction. And now if we take this same thing, same buying this iPhone from offline to online, so there'll be a different kind of interaction. So has anybody done that?
Yes, done it.
Sir, can I share what I have written? Sir, first I will go to either Amazon or Flipkart. Then after visiting the website, then I will select on either website, like compare the prices. Then I will move to one of the websites, and then I will search in the search bar like what to find, like iPhones. Then there would be product listed with its products, and also like additional things like back covers and earpods or something. Then I will select on my product, and then I will see the reviews and also the pricings, and then I will add it to my wish list, and then I will add my address, and if there is any promo code or a discount code, then I will add it, and then I will pay it using the methods like they have listed different payment method, either cash on delivery or online payment.
Fine. And then
I will receive parcel, sir.
Fine, great. Yeah.
Hello,
Yes.
am I on? Yeah. I actually had one more point regarding interaction. It would be after we order the phone, there is something they send a notification, like whether it's in the dispatch or shipping or like when it's arriving. So I think that can also be counted as interaction, right?
Yes, everything that's happening at a different touch points, right? So all is a part of the interaction, and this is like part of one journey itself, right? This like buying journey of the user. So I'll explain about this. So now good, like I think like Bimen also has something, and then I'll explain like what is the difference, what is the similarity, and then we'll try to compare and also explain like whenever you're working on anything as an interaction designer, how first understanding what happens in the real world, okay, and how to use the same learning, and then give the human touch to the interaction, because at the end, like, we human like talking to the other human, right? So when creating digital interactions, how can we add that human touch? Maybe in the form of humor, maybe in some other way. So fine. So I think, Biman, yes, what you have written, please explain, and then I'll explain the similarities and the differences.
So first of all, I made up my mind and I did my research that I want the iPhone 12. So first interaction is I scroll to get the iPhone. So my second interaction would be to click the learn more button to verify that the specs that are reviewed matches actually with the iPhone. Then if I am satisfied, then I click the buy button, select the color of my phone. Then I select the memory, like how much memory I want, like 64 GB with 128 GB. I select the 128 GB, then I check out.
I'm Shubhankarati. Actually, I wanted to ask if I can try to explain the differences.
Yeah, please,
if you
please.
don't mind.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Sure, thank you. So, first of all, if you are buying through the online store, we need to search, select, view the different products, see the specifications, to compare the particular product with the other products. All these things we need to do by ourselves, right?
Correct.
But in the offline store, it is not the case, because some executive at the store will approach us, and he will walk us through all these specifications. He will help us to compare the products. He will tell us some offers and discounts that are going on the product. So I think that will be good experience if you're buying through the offline store, because on the online, if we have some other doubts that are not even listed in the FAQs, then we kind of get stuck at that point, like how to get answers of those questions. But at offline store, we can ask them whatever doubts we have related to the product or anything, and we get some kind of security that yes, we are buying from the store and we are making the payment like in person. But if you are buying through the online store, then there might be some problems that will occur, because if the payment failure occurs. But it is not the case in the offline store, because we get kind of security that yeah, the payment has been done successfully, and there is no problem. So also we need to do all the setup by ourselves if we are buying through the online store.
Correct. Let me explain also. Okay. So now when I'm buying offline, so as soon as I visit the store, as I said, somebody will be there to greet me. But online, there might be and there might not be. Like there might be some chatbot. Next, yes, I have decided that yes, I want to buy iPhone X or whatever. I'll straight away walk in and go to the salesperson, and might either tell him that yes, I want to buy this. Can you show me? Or I can visit the counter or the section where that phone is placed. Fine. So that there are two different ways. Now I can go and read about all the description. Fine. I can read, or I can ask him like, okay, can you tell me like what are the differences between these two models? I'm not able to understand. So the salesperson will explain. And similarly, I can ask him like, okay, do you have any discount, or and so on. So fine. So these are the things that's happening offline. And then when I've decided that yes, I want to buy, I simply visit the counter. That basically the cashier, make the payment, and then take the phone, feel it, open it, and so on, and then move out of the store. So that's the normal experience. In the online space, what I will have to do is I'll have to go online. Here, I've already decided that I want to buy from Amazon. So now the journey starts. So as soon as I'm on the Amazon, I'll go and search for the phone, or I might go through the category. So there are different entry points. So as a designer, I will have to think about everything. Like if they're coming from the menu, so what should be the interaction? What should be the journey? Similarly, if I am coming from the search, then there will be a different journey. Okay. And then if it's coming from the search, then what would be the interaction and how to enhance that interaction and the experience. So here what's happening is like the interaction. So once you've decided or have reached from the menu as well as the search, and you've come to the final product or the product page, what you do is you go through all the descriptions. Fine. And you also check like whether there's any discount and so on. So if there's some discount and if you have the coupon, you'll try to enter that coupon there. Also, you'll try and see like what is the warranty, because in online space you can't ask, you have to read everything. And what are the different color options, right? You will do that. You check the reviews also. So once you're done with that, once you're satisfied that yes, you want to buy, you do what? You add to the cart. And once add to the cart is done, what happens? You go to the checkout page and make the payment, and then you get the notification. Then you get a success page saying that, oh, well done, everything is payment received. Your product will get delivered in like 3 days, and then you get the notification that yes, you can track it using this, right? And once that is delivered, again you get a notification for thank you or the product is delivered. So each and everything is an interaction point. And now what Biman explained in his when he was talking about the online experience, he talked about the micro interaction also. Like when I'm changing the color of the phone from blue to red, so there is a change in the interaction, right? So the border around that red box or image changing. So these are like micro interaction, and these really helps in enhancing the overall experience of the user. Fine. So now whenever you're given a task to create any kind of interaction, so first thing is what? First thing you should see what is the current experience, or if you're creating an experience for an online space, then first you should understand like what's happening in the offline space, and then try to create normal experience, and wherever possible try to add human touch. In the case of online, when it's on the detail page, have a chatbot. Okay, or let the chatbot pop up and say like, oh, so you have spent 2 minutes looking at the same page, so if you need any help, I'm here to help. Okay. And then similarly, like in the payment page, have a chatbot giving them the feedback, like add it to the cart. Just by writing simple sentences like add it to the cart or something, can you add like human touch to that? At the end, the user will like the experience only when there is this personal touch. Either personalization or human touch is there in the experience. So as a designer, we should try to aim that. Now whenever like in the real world, what happens is like whenever the user, when he's talking to the sales agent, and whenever he has some question, whenever he asks, he gets a response, right? Similarly on the online space, whenever a user is interacting with something, with the system, so there should be a response, there should be a feedback given to the user. So these are like small things. We'll understand about these things, and we'll learn how to use small things to enhance or create great interactions. Fine. So this is like good example. I hope you got some idea about what is interaction and how to make use of the offline learning and take it to the online space.
Manpreet sir, still I'm not clear about user journey and this interaction thing. But what I'm feeling right now, I'm going to tell every transaction about on the basis of action is the interaction, or every response from the device or something another person is called interaction.
Both. I feeding in some information in the system and then getting a response. So it's a two-way communication. Okay. So wherever there is a two-way communication, so that's interaction. And wherever there's only one way and there is no response, that's a bad interaction. The interaction should be there. You know, like I making a search. Fine. So that is interaction. Now, if I made a search in the next screen, if I don't get anything, so still the interaction happened, but that's not a good experience.
Okay. So interaction and experience, they both are parallel to each other. Like everything we perform and every step the particular product is giving back to me, that is my experience, and the way I am approaching product, that is interaction, right?
Correct. Now I talking to you, right? Now if I ask you something and if I don't respond me back, okay, so what happened? Interaction was there, but since there was no response, experience was not good. Or basically in anything, like whatever we're doing, you know, at the end, the objective is to create great experiences. Fine. So here in the interaction also, what we are trying to do is like we are trying to provide leasing experiences to the user through interaction.
So every response is creating impact. Basically, whatever response comes, create a good experience.
If somebody is trying to log in on a screen, on an application, so in that case, if he has entered a wrong password, then communicating back or like, you know, giving them feedback in the sense like your password or username is wrong. So that's again an interaction, and that's again an experience, right? But in this case, what is the communication? That you have entered something wrong. So here, though the mistake is at the user end, but again, the system is giving them a feedback saying that you have done something wrong, so please fix it. Fine. So here the user will realize that, okay, so I did something wrong, so I need to fix that. So here in order to provide them a good experience even in this interaction, we can do that. We can do that by providing good copy, like you did not enter the right password, so try once again, or something. Like you can just improvise that and make it easy. And so these are like small things that really helps enhance the interaction design. So if you are already a designer, then you are already making use of this. But as a designer, it's very difficult to distinguish like what we're doing. Are we creating interaction design, or are we creating just the UI design, or is it the part of the UX, or what is UX actually?
Exactly.
Right. So it becomes difficult. But again, interaction design is all about interaction, and you will learn it, okay, by moving a user from one screen to the another. That is also interaction. But again, just moving is not enough. How to make it engaging, how to make it informative for them, how to provide more value when they are putting in effort on the screen and the experiences. Fine. So there are a lot of other things. So next session we'll talk about some part of like practical. Fine. So yeah.